I gotta say, I've had a perhaps less than interesting, like 24 hours or so since yesterday's stream. Not that that is necessarily surprising, but that there's not necessarily a lot more on the mind. Like, what did I even do in the past 24 hours? I went to some, like, Harvard little festival thing that Javi invited me to. And that was just earlier today. He was like, I'm gonna take my socks off. He told me, come over to Harvard Square Stat. Because there's a big festival going on, and there's a Scientology booth. And I'll admit, that piqued my interest, and I was like, okay, I'll come. So I went, I brushed my teeth, because I was just kind of lounging around, playing Lego Star Wars Complete Saga on the Steam Deck. Look, I think most can agree, Scientology, definitely wacky, and like kind of a cult. Not kind of, probably a cult. But at the same time, like, actually, maybe I'm getting too woke. Because I was about to start pulling out the cultural relativism argument. Maybe I am the one friend that's too woke. Because I was about to pull out cultural relativism on Scientology. And I think most can agree that Scientology is a bit of a bridge too far. But it's like, man, like, low-key, our government is being run by, like, fascists, like, outright fascists right now. It kind of feels meaningless and unnecessary to make fun of Scientologists. Now, do they deserve it? Yeah. I'm not saying they don't. Because as I said, Scientologists, definitely wacky. But it just doesn't feel like a good usage of time or energy. So it's like, okay, so I mean, I could. Or I was kind of then thinking like, well, let me see if I can come up with a bit. Or like, can I come up with a bit? Because maybe the bit justifies, the end justifies the means, I guess. And then as I was going over there, I just like really couldn't come up with one. It's like, what do I do? It's not like I have stats on hand to be like, you guys are fucking horrible. And then I'm like, look at all these stats of you guys being horrible. Alright, so you guys will deal with each other. I didn't have any. It's like if I were going there to be contentious, I don't have anything on hand, any material to use against them, any talking points, or anything prepared. And so it's like, then what am I doing? Well, I guess I could go over and I could like take the little machine thing that they have and have them say how like my soul is really fucked up. But like kind of like, again, is that worth? I don't know. Because also, even if I record it, what's the product then? It's just a video of me going over and getting my things checked. Like, that's a good bit, only when in context of something else. Like, that's a good joke. It's not necessarily a full bit. Like, if I were doing a video recording of, like, the whole festival, then yeah, that's a good bit. To just have, like, one cutaway shot be me interacting with the Scientology booth. But I don't know. It didn't feel, as I was going through the whole little, like, festival farmers market like thing, I don't know. I was going through it by myself because Javi had already disappeared, and it was just kind of lonely. I don't know, just like seeing people there with their friends or significant others or whatever, and then just me walking through. And then, like, I'm, getting frugal or at least becoming more so in adulthood, which I guess I am in at this point. You know, I go, it's like, there's all these different booths and shit that are selling all these different kind of trinkets and whatever. It's like, could I get some? Sure. Am I opposed to getting one? No. Like, I could get one. There might be something really cool there, and I could get it, and I could find a lot of satisfaction with it. I don't doubt that. But I went through, and I didn't find anything that provided satisfaction, or that was seemingly interesting. And so it's like, there was like some little paintings there that were neat. But it's like, man, I don't know. It's a painting. I could get it. But where do I have to put it up right now? You know? Like, I got 2 framed pictures of, like, Pokemon, or of, like, graphics that I like, that I have sitting over there in their frames laying down. Because it's like, I don't really have any great spot for them. Like, I don't want to put nails in the walls to have issues with the apartment people. So it's like, where would I put the art? Or it's like, I know some people will like rotate their art that they have out. So like I could bring it back home and then put it up and then rotate out some of like the other art pieces that I have currently hung up. It's like, yeah, I guess I could. But I'm like not the kind of motherfucker, at least with the art that like is appealing to me to buy in the first place. It's like not the kind of art that you would catch me just like ogling at. Like, it's pretty, and it's nice, and it's atmospheric, but it's not like, you know, art to like be like, whoa, this really has a lot of comments about our like materialistic nature in society. It's like a pretty painting of a landscape that like has strong, vibrant colors. So it's like I hang that up. It's pretty. Yeah, it makes for a great decoration. Yeah. But like, you won't catch me sitting on the couch being like, damn, I went crazy with that painting purchase. No, it's just a painting. Now, certainly I could go and get some more abstract thing that has more of that deeper purpose. But then it also kind of goes back to, well, what's the point? I'm just buying a painting. It's just another purchase of another product. Maybe in a way that's more meaningful because it is able to convey some deeper meaning through another medium. But at the same time, I'm not getting some crazy satisfaction from it. You exploding would actually be great. Ooh, but that is worse. Alright, time to go. So like I went through and I didn't buy anything. There were the paintings, which I just talked about. There's like some neat looking hats, but like low-key, there is very much a double standard for hats. A fucking cishet white guy with generic style, t-shirts and gym pants, or gym shorts and jeans. You catch my ass wearing a fedora, like that's whack. And I get it. I won't oppose it. That's why even though I'm a fan of that genre of hat, you will only catch me wearing it in rare instances. Like trilbies or fedoras or top hats and the such. Real shit. And no hate by this. Lesbians get to rock that shit. Girls get to rock that shit. They get to rock that shit. There's no extra societal standard placed upon them of being an incel due to the fact that they're wearing a specific kind of hat. Instead, it's placed on them if they were to use a specific kind of water bottle. So I saw some fedoras, or trilbies, or whatever you want to call them. And like, they were looking neat, and I like some of the designs, because it had like flora on the sides. But it's like, man, I know the perception if I were to wear one of those out and about. Nor would I necessarily blame the person making that judgment call. That's a societal one that's been set up. And so to get mad at the person is to get frustrated with the victim rather than the perpetrator. Like, I can't do it, which is kind of a bummer. Like I've only tried them previously in terms of like more out of utilization or utility rather than fashion. And like, at least during those instances of utility, it hasn't felt like my kind of thing. Maybe it has, and it's just been years since I've tried it. But it's like, there were some cute designs, but it's like, not super appealing. And so I went through the whole place, and it's like, it's kind of it. Like, there were scarves or some things, or purses, but, you know, I don't really have any possible utility out of those. At least for myself. So it was just kind of like, alright, well, I'm more walking around here as a observer to this environment instead of a, not necessarily a consumer, but like a participant. And it's like that kind of thought process is never a fun one to be in terms of mental state and how it affects you. Because even though it's not necessarily bad, it can easily lead itself to badness. And so I was like, alright, I walked through. I thought about recording some things, but I ultimately decided against it. And kind of that was that. So I went back on the subway. So like that was today. But like I woke up at like 8, 9, just kind of farted around, playing Complete Saga. So then I came back, was forced to look at different jobs available, only for really none of them to be that appealing. But whatever.